Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. It's your only friend in these YouTube streets, Puerto77, with another hot take. As you can see from the title, there are Xbox gamers out there that are a bit too emotional over something that is not within their control. Really, it's not within the control of every gamer. Now, one of the biggest talks of the gaming industry from a business perspective, and just strictly from a business perspective, is the potential acquisition of Activision by Microsoft. Now, to say this straight up, so that way there's no confusion, I personally think that the deal is going to go through, and I personally think that Microsoft will make many of those IPs exclusive to platforms that support Game Pass. One of those big IPs, which is possibly the one that's most talked about, because no one's really talking about the other Activision IPs, is specifically Call of Duty and its potentially leaving the PlayStation platform. We're seeing recent news talking about how this deal is being further investigated by various organizations in different countries, primarily the one in UK. That's the one that's being talked about the most. And this got Xbox influencers and fanboys in their feels. Take, for example, this one. Stating, getting real tired of this cry bully shit out of Sony over Call of Duty. Sony does not get to act like they're big believers in everything being multi-platform for the gamers when they are also scoop up studios and money at exclusivity deals. So this gentleman is getting tired. What are you getting tired about? You're not in the boardroom. You're not one of Microsoft's lawyers. You're not working 16 hours a day. You're not going to be in the conversations, debating or whatever with any of these trade organizations. So what are you actually tired about? What is anyone actually tired about? What's crazy is, if this deal does not go through, let's pretend the deal doesn't go through. Let's pretend some of the trade organizations says, nope, this is not happening. Sorry, Microsoft, you cannot acquire Activision. And the deal's done. It does nothing really other than Activision games not going to Game Pass. You can still play the games. The games are still come to Xbox. I mean, are you buying Modern Warfare 2 that's coming out this year? You're not missing out on any games. So what is there this to be tired about? You're not working. You're not putting the effort. You're not the lawyers. You're not the legal strategists. You're not doing anything other than reading tweets and news and comments. So what is it? Okay? Or are you tired? Maybe it's potentially the hypocrisy. But the problem is, many of your Xbox guys are misreading what Sony is saying. And I will clarify that in a few. Another one. Now this one's even weirder. Because this one's one of those IGN. It's like I made a video before. You have professional people using console war tactics instead of being higher level professional objective analysis. Again, another one. Tired of Sony crying. Man, you guys are always tired. May I recommend a Red Bull? Or 5-hour energy? Or more sleep instead of worrying about Microsoft? Some recommendations. Tired of Sony crying about a game that will release day and day for PlayStation? Look at your own practices withholding exclusives before complaining about Call of Duty remaining on PS. At this point, Xbox should just say, okay, we'll treat Call of Duty like you treat FF. Better? Well, one, FF belongs to Square. You should know that. You work at IGN. So you should be complaining to Square and say, hey, how come you're not putting this on Xbox? That's one point. So that point doesn't even make sense. But again, there is a level of emotion. How are you guys tired? What is making you tired in all this? These emotional rants is only poisoning the conversation, and it is not really helping people understand what's going on. So I'm going to just clear this up because clearly someone who even works for IGN can't do it because they're too concerned and too emotionally invested in the brand. This is what it comes down to. Update. Sony has responded to CMA's decision to further investigate the acquisition and says it welcomes the announcement. By giving Microsoft control of Activision games like Call of Duty, this deal would have a major negative implication for gamers and the future of the gaming industry, the firm said in a statement to Gaming Industry Biz. And in a quote, "We want to guarantee PlayStation gamers continue to have the highest quality game experience, and we appreciate the CMA's focus on protecting gamers." I had to underline the important part because when you look at this tweet, Sony does not get to act like they're big believers in everything being multi-platform for the gamers. They're not. It's underlined. See, you Xbox gamers, many of you forgot what an Xbox or a first-party provider is supposed to do and who are they supposed to appeal to. First-party providers is supposed to cater to their core audience. And many of you forgot that. You haven't been catered to for so long, you don't remember that's what they're supposed to do. But Phil has spread his gospel, and you guys call him Aurelius Maximus, Phil, the savior of Xbox. You put him on this pedestal. And now he's saying all these things, and he mentions every gamer. Excuse me. He mentions every gamer, and you forgot that he's supposed to focus on the Xbox gamer, primarily on the console. Because you console gamers, we invest more in the first party than anybody else, even more than PC gamers. There is no other gamers that invest more into the first party brand than the actual console gamer. It's the console gamer that buys the actual hardware directly from the first party provider. Then we subscribe to their services or online submitted by the first party provider. And then we buy all their games and their specific controllers or controllers that they authorize to use. There's very little freedom like PC. PC, you can do anything. Any controller, no one has to endorse it. The GPU, CPUs, they're not provided by the first party provider, whatever. Free online. You don't even have to buy the games directly from their stores. You have Steam, Epic Game Store. There's just so many things. But when you do it on console, you're giving that provider extra money. That extra money, that extra investment into the first party provider should warrant something extra, meaning we're the focus. Because we're paying more directly to you. So don't make this confusion. Sony's not talking about Nintendo gamers. They're not talking about gamers on Stadia or even Xbox gamers. They are concerned with PlayStation gamers. And yes, I am not talking about from a friendship perspective. I'm not foolish to think that. They don't love us because they care. No. They're doing this because the PlayStation gamers invest money into their ecosystem. We pay for what we want. And if Sony provides products that we want, we will give them money. And that is the so what about this. It's not about Sony's afraid that PlayStation is going to disappear. It's not. Call of Duty, not. The PlayStation brand is too strong, too big to let Call of Duty fail it. It's just wave on. We're not talking Sega here. Sony will do fine. PlayStation will do fine. There is too much good content. Sony has a great strategy and a great first party. What this is about is money. Right? This over here, the image I'm showing you, is from FY16 to FY21 and the growth of free-to-play spending on PlayStation 4. And the titles you see here are the top 5 free-to-play games that produces the most free-to-play revenue for the PlayStation brand. You got Fortnite, Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Warzone, Apex Legends, Rocket Leagues. Those are the top 5. Sony's fight is just to protect their own interests in revenue. Many people are saying, Sony's going to have to compete and create their own Call of Duty, competitor. That's not what it's about. Because Sony's producing 10 live service games. So maybe one of them will be like a shooter or whatever. That still doesn't mean they want to keep... That still doesn't mean that they don't want or need Call of Duty. They want the money no matter what. They could create a game that's better than Call of Duty and more successful than Call of Duty. They still want Call of Duty. No matter what condition, they want the game to remain on PlayStation because there is a lot of money that they make, primarily off the money transactions that the PlayStation gamers who play Call of Duty on PlayStation are willing to pay for. That is simply all it is. Sony doesn't want that huge revenue stream that they get from the game because of the players that play on their ecosystem, on their console, to be in the hands and control of their competitor who can cut that revenue stream off. Again, they can make a game. Now, I normally wouldn't say this, but they could potentially make one. Do I think it will ever be a successful Call of Duty? No. But do I think they can now make a successful live service game that could generate lots of money? I do. Only because they have Bungie on their side. But again, even if they were able to make it extremely successful, let's say, hell, let's go beyond Call of Duty. The next Fortnite, which is possibly the most successful free-to-play out of all free-to-plays. They still want that Call of Duty money there. So all you Xbox gamers that are upset is simply because you're an Xbox gamer and PlayStation's not talking about you. But why you're upset is weird. There is nothing you can do. You're not working for Microsoft as much as you like to pretend to. You don't. You don't advocate. You don't have a say in the process. And all these organizations like the CMA, they're not listening to you. They're not listening to any of us. They're looking at the paperwork. They're looking at the numbers. They're probably crunching the numbers with people who probably don't even play games, but they're experts in number crunching, in finance, in business models. Those are the experts. The experts isn't the gamers who cap for Xbox or PlayStation all year long. We don't have the credentials. We do not have the credentials for any of these business decisions. In fact, I would say the ones who are doing the business decisions don't even play games, but they got master's degrees and doctorates in finance. They use the tools and analytical tools and stuff like that to crunch the numbers. And they look at laws and stuff like that. And they look at factors that we don't even look at. Potential job loss, potential job increase, all that stuff. The taxes collected, all that factors into that. We don't have a say. So why are you stressing out? All you're doing is making this topic really emotional. You guys are looking sad. You're looking kind of pathetic. And for no reason. Because worst case scenario, if the deal doesn't go through, it doesn't mean nothing. You'll still get access to Call of Duty on Xbox. You'll still get access to all those games, Diablo, whatever. You're still going to play the games. They've always been there on Xbox. Worst case, Microsoft's going to have to try to fight case-by-case basis to get some games on Game Pass. But hey, you're just going to have to get used to buying games again. Or you just don't play Activision if you're only concerned with Game Pass games. Whatever. Right? Enough of the emotion of the, I'm so tired. You're not tired. You're just typing stuff on Twitter. And you're looking at a couple of articles. Enough of the nonsense. Okay? It's getting sad. It's getting pathetic. Alright? If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it goes and Microsoft has Activision, you know what that means to me? Nothing. Nothing. It means nothing. Because I'm already used to a world where if you want to play the games, you got to get the device that plays it. I bought my Xbox One because of Cuphead. Because at the time, it wasn't announced. Before that, there wasn't really games that I really care for on Xbox. I didn't really care for it to be like, Xbox One doesn't look too good. But Cuphead, I loved it. The first time I saw it, I'm like, alright, I got to play it now. I'm going to play it. And I bought the Xbox One, I played it. And then since I own the Xbox One, I played the other games. And I was pretty much right. The rest of the games weren't that great. But Cuphead was phenomenal. I was happy. Played some more games, but overall, Xbox One was a trashy console. But I did buy it because there was that one game I really wanted to play. So I'm used to that. You can't beat a gamer that's willing to get the games and play it where it's only can be played. There's nothing to stress out about. But some of you guys are weird, right? You get mad at games not coming to Xbox and it's exclusive to PlayStation 5, yet you own a PlayStation 5. You say you bought a PlayStation 5 because you bought it for the exclusives. And then when Sony fulfills providing you great exclusives, you still get mad. Way too emotional. Way too emotional. Taper it down. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. If you got the platform, and that platform is the only way you can play a game, and you want to play the game looks interesting, it's okay to play it. It's okay. Trust me. In fact, privatize your PSN so that way your fellow Xbox friends won't catch you playing PlayStation, okay? Just, keep it on the low. You don't want them to catch you playing PlayStation. They might disown you, I guess. Enough of the weird stuff. Enough of the emotion. Let's have a conversation, but let's not put feels into this. It's just straight money. We see what's going on. Chances are the deal's going to happen, but just in case there's that 0.5%, that low, super low chance that for whatever reason doesn't go through, it will not impact you. You're going to be fine. Now, on the internet, on Twitter, sure, you're going to get fanboys talk trash, but that doesn't mean nothing. People talking trash, making fun of Xbox or Microsoft for failing to do an acquisition doesn't mean nothing. Because it's not going to stop you from playing games. It's not going to stop you from getting access to the games. And at the end, that's all that matters. And since you have all the platforms many of you claim, nothing will impact you. You have all the platforms that you need to access every game. That's all I have to say. This is your boy Porter77. If you like this video, hit the like button. And every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 60 Frames No Like podcast with the crew. Consider subscribing and enjoy more content and notification. Help the channel grow. I will see you again. This is your boy. I'm out of here. You take care. Peace.